Hello and welcome to week 39 of the FrankenScrap Crochet Along, and this week we're making the treble cluster piece. So the treble cluster is a type of floating stitch and it has clusters made of trebles to create the look. So for this piece you're going to need a foundation chain of 70. For this stitch we're going to be starting in the second chain from our hook. 1 and 2. And to that stitch we're going to make a single crochet. So the single crochet counts as our first stitch of the row. Now chain 1, skip the next chain, make a single crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip the next chain, single crochet in the next. And this is our repeat across the row. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next. And you're going to repeat this across the row. When you have 2 stitches left, skip the next stitch and single crochet in the final stitch of the row. And in that last single crochet we're going to change colour. Just bring my other colour in and just pull that through the last 2 loops and chain 1. Okay, and then turn. So that's row 1. For row 2, after we've chained 1, we're going to make a treble crochet turning chain in the first stitch. And I'm just going to mark that stitch. Okay, now in the next chain space here we're going to make a treble crochet 3 together. So yarn over twice, insert your hook into the chain space, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, leave the last 2 loops on your hook, yarn over twice again, back into the same chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You've now got 3 chains on your hook. And we'll do this one more time. Yarn over twice, into the chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We now have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. And that's your treble crochet 3 together. And now we chain 1. Into the next chain space we do this again. Yarn over twice, into the chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over twice again, into the same stitch, that same chain space, and repeat. 3 loops on your hook, and then our final treble, into the same chain space, 4 loops on your hook, then yarn over, pull through all 4 and chain 1. And these are your clusters. And we carry on that for the rest of the row. Make a treble crochet 2 together into the chain space and chain 1. So you're just essentially making 3 treble crochet into that chain space, but you don't do the final pulling through the last 2 loops. Leave them on your hook, and then when we join all 4 loops, that joins the 3 trebles all together, and then chain 1. So 4 loops left on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 1. So last chain space, we have 1 more, treble 3 together. So after the last treble, we're not going to chain one. Instead, in that last stitch, we're going to make a treble crochet. Oops. But in the last 2 loops, you change colour again. But just to show you what it looks like with a single colour, I'm going to carry on with this. But if you want your rows to have a contrast, then changing colour at the end of each row will give you that. Okay, so row 3, you turn, chain 1, single crochet in the first stitch, then chain 1. In the chain 1 space, so ignore the top of your cluster, your treble 3 together, and into that chain 1 space make a single crochet. Chain 1, skip to the chain 1 space and make a single crochet. Chain 1, ignore your cluster, skip to the chain 1 space, make a single crochet, and repeat across the row, only working into the chain 1 spaces. When you get the last 2 stitches, you skip the cluster and make a single crochet into the top of the treble. And that's the floating cluster stitch. So for this stitch you repeat rows 2 and 3, and to get this contrasting look with the stitches in between here a different colour, you change colour at the end of every single row. To complete your treble clusters piece, you're going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 until you have 11 rows in total. Once you finish row 11, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to join this piece to the rest of your FrankenScrap. So to see where this piece fits, along with the full joining instructions, click the link beneath this video and it will take you to the blog post where you'll find all the information you need. And don't forget, if you have any questions or just want to join in the chat with your fellow FrankenScrappers, you can come and join our Facebook group. The link is beneath this video as well. So once you've joined this piece, that's week 39 complete, and I shall see you next week for the next piece. Bye for now.